Hey, this is Britt the Hitman Hart, and you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
What? Okay, well, has this always been a thing? Where have I been?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Smacked Raw podcast, AEW Dynamite Recap Edition. I'm your host, Kyle Tyson. Thank you all for joining us tonight to recap one hell of a main event, historic for AEW Dynamite, man. Good God, dude. Good God. Britt Baker, Thunder Rosa. What in the world, man? I did not see this coming. Good Lord, these two women, they tore it up. It was so fun to see. I can't actually wait to get into it, covering the show. But really do want to thank you guys for joining us. You can always catch us live on twitch.tv/puttingyouover. And unless you want to catch our NXT recaps, which you can find them on Twitch, looking up the Smacked Raw podcast page as well. We're on YouTube. Please like and subscribe. All that fun stuff. Look, I even think I got a button for it over here. Where's my sub button? I think it went off in the beginning of the show. Yeah, there it is. Like and subscribe, man. Help us out. And help out WrestlingNewsWorld.com while you're at it. Head over there, bookmark the page, read the articles, get to know the writers, man. A ton of awesome people over there. Man, AEW Dynamite. So I've had a data do this. I'm shooting this at midnight. Technically Friday morning. I'm shooting this recap by myself. And I've had some time to reflect on it. And as a show, it was good. It was good. It went off the air at such a fever pitch, man, that you're almost led to believe that you had like the perfect show. However, there was a couple questionable things that occurred during the show. I felt like there was some stuff that missed the mark, that we'll get into tonight and see exactly what's going on over on Dynamite with some of their questionable booking. But either way, no matter any missteps they may have taken during the show, it was all wiped clean by the main event. Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker tore the house down. Britt Baker getting a lot more of the shine between the two, probably because she bled like a murder scene. But let's kick off the show. I'm referring to my notes from Cage Side Seats. That's kind of the notes I'm going by. I didn't write any down. I ended up actually watching Dynamite super early in the morning, and I was just too tired to write down notes. So I sometimes like to go online and just have somebody kind of at least place the show in order for me and then just go by memory. We kicked off the show with a match between Cody Rhodes and Pentagon. And I got to say, so this was the first time. It was kind of like awkward here. So I've voiced my displeasure with Cody Rhodes always getting, I think, more shine than he necessarily needs. And I think there was some stuff like that here in the match. The match between the two guys was pretty good. However, Pentagon was kind of lackadaisical. He wasn't really going for the win as hard as he could. He's striking a lot of goofy poses out there, throwing on St. Patrick's Day hats. Oh yeah, you know what? I just realized I didn't even. It was the what was the name of the show? The St. Patrick's Day. Oh gosh. Bloody hell, I can't remember. This show's the St. Patrick's Day special. This is what they had going on. Maybe I really should have wrote some notes down. But anyways, this match between Pentagon and Cody, once again, decent. Pentagon really angling for Cody's hurt shoulder. The whole story, he's going to break his arm. So Cody can't hold his newborn baby girl whenever she comes around. The match gets to the arm break spot that Pentagon's known for using in the past. I saw him tear up some women's arms. The Black Lotus Society, I think they were called, in Lucha Underground. But he does the spot with Cody here, and instead of going for the pin or a submission, he just like turns his back for a moment, and Cody gets a weak roll up. This was the first misstep. Cody didn't need the win. It was just kind of weird, man. Cody didn't need the win. Trying to make El Pentagon look strong in defeat. However, he easily could have won, and Cody would have stayed protected due to the arm injury. So it's a little odd there. He continues to beat Cody down after the match. The Nightmare family runs out. QT Marshall, late to the party, however, comes out. They're really teasing the heel turn for old QT. Which, I mean, I gotta ask you guys: is QT doing it for anybody? The guy is a void of charisma. I don't recall a single motivating promo from the man. And in the ring, I often get him confused with Colt Cabana. So I don't know. I don't know if QT's doing it for anybody else. Yeah, it's weird having him there. There's a couple questionable people, but QT stands out amongst most of them. Yeah, but anyways, teasing the dissension in the Nightmare family. I feel like this does diminish Pentagon's value. The man is in line for a title shot against the Young Bucks. No, he's not. He's not. That's actually his brother and Pac. He should be... Pentagon should be booked like a main event guy. He should be booked like somebody that at the drop of a dime could be going for the AEW championship and be credible. He should not be booked like a man who breaks another man's arm or shoulder and then still manages to get rolled up less than like 3 seconds later. It's not the correct type of booking. We got a promo between Moxley and Eddie Kingston here. Kind of just talking about the Good Brothers. They're tired of getting jumped by the Good Brothers. They're set to take them on in a match later on. They drop a couple Bullet Club references. It was okay. When it came to the actual match, they were ambushed before the match by the Good Brothers. Moxley took probably the softest looking magic killer on the apron I've ever seen. It was getting mocked pretty good on Twitter. But Mox is taken out. Kingston takes the majority of the beatdown during the match. Moxley ends up getting back in the match after a while and ends up getting a roll-up victory on Carl Anderson. So 2 questionable roll-ups. Moxley didn't necessarily have to eat the pin. You could have had Moxley as the one who was laid out or tied up or however you want, and Kingston's beat down in front of him, eats the pin. Once again, diminishing value of some of your bigger guys. Moxley would be fine. He's still only 2 weeks off of the exploding barbed wire death match. It should have been fine. He didn't need it. I don't think this is killing the Good Brothers push. I think everybody loves them. I did pop earlier. Mox said he wasted money on Talking Shop and Mania. I thought that was pretty funny. But yeah, it was questionable. What was actually kind of funny is I was on AEW, Shop AEW's website, picking up this new Britt Baker t-shirt that dropped. Looks pretty badass. I really wanted the Exploding Death Wire t-shirt. The shirt looks cool, but then at the same time, because of such the lackluster ending, I couldn't in good spirits wear the shirt. I couldn't. So I passed on that shirt. I just stuck with Britt Baker. After the match, once again, we're getting a beat down on Moxley. Kingston is set up. They break Kingston's ankle. They guillotine it in a chair stomp. They threaten to break Moxley's neck. Kenny Omega's out there, leading traffic. And then, of all people to come to the save, the Young Bucks. Young Bucks come out. Earlier in the night, Don Callis was getting on them, saying that they're not the same Young Bucks they used to be. You get that angle a lot, but they come out and we just get a lot of drama, man. We get a lot of drama. Young Bucks, obviously going like, what the hell's everybody here doing? You guys, dude, y'all were in the Bullet Club. You know what the Bullet Club does. Just because you get famous on being the elite and you get like super babyface push doesn't mean Bullet Club's going to all of a sudden be this sunshine and rainbows crew. It doesn't work out that way. So the Young Bucks come out. They turn down the Too Sweet. They exit. We're definitely setting up for a breakup of the elite. The Young Bucks, we're going to get that rumored match we've been listening or hearing about between them and the Good Brothers. So we'll probably get that soon. Let's see. What else happened on the show? St. Patrick's Day Slam. God damn it. Should have known that. Yeah. Don Callis saying, when you look in the mirror at night, do you see the same Nick and Matt that I saw in New Japan? Obviously you don't, man. Time goes on. People change, man. You have to, you gotta move on, man. You gotta develop. You can't stay in the past forever. Jade Cargill defeated Danny Jordan in a quick squash match. So I must have missed this. I wasn't even aware that Jade Cargill's tag match with Shaq was her first professional wrestling match. So for one, A, fantastic job, but B, that makes me extremely not concerned, but now like there's a huge spotlight and there's like a lot of pressure. I watch MMA and sometimes you find a star, right? You find a star that is super marketable, but they're very fresh. This prospect is fresh and young in their career, but you throw them in with the wolves, so to speak. You give them a couple little tune-up matches, get the hype around them, and you throw them in the wolves, and some of these prospects rise to the occasion and they become stars. But then some other prospects show the lack of experience, and have minor or major setbacks. So it's going to be interesting what we see with Jade Cargill. I assume what they're going to do is similar to what they did tonight. They're going to feed her some squash matches. She's going to go on, I wouldn't say a Goldberg run, but I do think that we're not going to see like a 15-minute barn burner with her anytime soon. I think they're going to protect that woman and her lack of experience. Very good. With that being said, what she did tonight, she did great, man. Jumping knee, release German suplex. She threw poor Danny Jordan across the entire damn ring. She got the glam slam as her finisher, or as Cage Side Seats refers to it as, the double chicken wing wheelbarrow facebuster for the win. Afterwards, she got in Red Velvet's face in the front row. They took a couple jabs at each other, and then everything was broken up. So looks like Jade probably is working good with Red Velvet. They probably have good chemistry. So we'll get to see them in the ring more together. Following this, we have MJF reveals the faction. His name, Pinnacle. They show up front of a jet looking like a cross between Evolution and the Hurt Business. They definitely got that classic 80s Four Horsemen flair. Nice suits vibe going to them. They all look like $1 million. I'm not going to lie. They all look great. MJF in the ring, though, he puts over his crew. Wardlow is the best big guy in the company. Sean Spears is a wrestler's wrestler. FTR, of course, they're the only Grand Slam, like true Grand Slam tag champs. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, they hold all three of WWE's male tag titles. And on top of that, have held AEW's. That's quite a feat right there. But yeah, he puts over Tully Blanchard is the greatest mind in professional wrestling. And then, of course, MJF puts himself over. He does some body shaming with Chris Jericho. I wonder how some people feel about that. You see a lot of people, they not fans of body shaming nowadays. I mean, the jokes are pretty funny. Talking about Jericho's hairline receding and his the space between his pectoral muscles. But anyways, he puts over himself, and then at the end of the promo, he lays it in there. He's only, 23? 24? And he's got, a solid 30 years in him, assuming, everything works out good for the kid, which by this point, there's no reason to doubt him. But yeah, Pinnacle. Pinnacle's the name of the group. And I'm wondering how that, how some people feel about that. I didn't see too much chatter on Twitter, and it's, because of the Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker match. But what do you guys think? I think Pinnacle is one of those names that sounds jarring at first. Like, I don't hate it. It just sounds odd at first, but then I think it'll just grow on you. You'll just grow to accept it, and it'll be fine. One thing that I'm not growing on and is not fine to me is you essentially roll out AEW's top faction, and they're followed by one of their weaker factions. Matt Hardy, Private Party, Butcher and the Blade. They take on Jurassic Express, who's teaming up with Bear Country. The story here is Bear Country eliminated Jurassic Express at that tag team Royal Rumble that they did. And could the teams coexist? And it turns out, no. Bear Country was taking liberties, throwing Marco Stunt at the other team, using him as a lawn dart. They were getting in each other's ways, doing moves, and eventually Private Party hit the, oh god, what's it called? The gin and juice, I want to say. Yeah, hits Marco Stunt with the gin and juice. Hardy demanded to be tagged in. He finished off with a twist of fate, ended up winning for his team. Like I said, some cool spots here. It was weird. You follow up the Pinnacle, in this promo MJF cuts, talking about how, everyone thought that he was trying to take over the Inner Circle when really the plan all along was to dismantle them from the inside. You follow up like this powerful faction, and then immediately afterwards, like, you roll out the weakest faction? I mean, kind of a faction. There's 5 of them. Hardy, Private Party, Butcher and the Blade. And you got the Bunny in there. Who would be weaker? Would it be the Dark Order? I'm not sure, man. That'd be a toss-up between them and the Dark Order. So, yeah, it was that. And then followed this up. Look, okay, so I got to come out and say it. I'm done with Sting on weekly television. Now, granted, I know what you guys might be thinking, but Kyle, Sting last week and this week, he didn't even say anything. He didn't get to talk. It doesn't matter. It's diminishing returns, people. It's become a running joke. And then not to mention, like the Sting segments feel the most like community theater. Like there's no action. It's been the same formula. Either Sting talks, Taz's team talks, and then the other team interrupts. People start sassing, but now we've got Lance Archer in this mix, and it's a complete mess, man. Sting comes out, he's introduced, he comes out, it starts snowing. Darby Allin comes out, he barely is able to mutter that, ever since he won the TNT title, he's only defended it like, I think 3 times since November. And then on top of that, so he issues an open challenge to the Dark Order because he wants to resemble the greatest TNT champion, referring to Brody Lee. But before he, as he gets that out, Lance Archer, Jake the Snake come out. They're claiming, they don't get enough time, so they're taking Sting's time. And then after that, out comes Team Taz. They're yelling and screaming. The odd thing here was Brian Cage semi-turning face, admitting that he respects Sting, and then even throws what's his name? Oh God, damn it! Why am I Ricky Starks under the bus, saying Ricky Starks was wrong. You're still the icon. To which at this point, Team Taz just is like, what the fuck, man? And they all start bitching at him, and they scram off. And so it's just a bunch of people coming out bickering. Like, it didn't make me excited to see anything. Lance Archer, he's got his sights, I guess, on Darby Allin and Sting. Team Taz is bickering with each other. Like, this is silly. There's no need for it. You easily could have given another match in this place. I don't know, man. I don't know what you would have done, but it's become silly. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the Sting segments are quickly becoming the Dynamite version of piss breaks. And that's sad to say because to this point I never considered there was a piss break for AEW Dynamite, but I think it's the Sting spot. So sorry, not sorry. What else? Ray Phoenix, he took on Angelico, right? Yeah, he did. It was good. It was good. Phoenix ended up winning. Got like a crucifix bomb and I think they call it like a fire driver or something. I don't know. But they had a decent match. I feel bad for H2O. Or TH2. H2O. What the hell am I talking about? TH2. Those guys seem like they have like the greatest potential to be a breakout tag team, and they just have not been utilized. I will say one thing. It's WWE gets flack for having a bloated roster and not using their people. AEW's kind of in the same boat, man. They've got, I think, almost 100 wrestlers on their roster at this point. And they only have 2 hours a week to show them on national television. So it's hard to pick and choose, who gets that TV time right now. But I got to say, man, TH2, I really think has all the tools. Like, I think those guys, anytime I've seen them in a tag match, they've been awesome. Just, some underutilized people. We got a Christian Cage interview. He pretty much just said he doesn't want to ruffle feathers. He wants to outwork the roster, so that means he doesn't get shot straight to the top in the next match with Kenny Omega. He's going to go ahead and work his way up the ranks. He's going to use the ranking system, to get that match, which is a good touch. I mean, that's how it should be, man. Christian Cage, to me personally, he doesn't strike me as necessarily like, I don't need to see him in the main event right now. I need a story to compel me to want to see him in the main event. I need him to do exactly what he said. I need to see him go out, win these matches, tell these great stories. He doesn't seem like a guy that could just walk in and go straight to the title picture. He's not like Brock Lesnar and CM Punk, these huge names. Who was the other name that we were thinking that it was going to come out and be? Oh, God. Because I said it was out of the Christian. Oh, Kurt Angle. Yeah. Like those guys, they could easily come in. I mean, not everybody would be happy about it, but come in, be in a main event, not necessarily win, but be in the main event and people would be, that makes sense. Christian's someone that you got to give me a reason to care. Like, he's been gone forever. I love him to death. No disrespect for him, but I need a reason to care and to cheer him on. So what else we got over here? Scorpio Sky addressed that he's done playing Mr. Nice Guy. So he's gonna take it upon himself. He won't be a stepping stone anymore. It's all right. Miro told Kip Sabian, for one, Miro, kudos to you, man, for saying that A, you don't need Chuck Taylor to be a butler if they lose. But B, you don't even want to do the match. You've moved on like the rest of us. And then Kip comes in and he tells Kip, he says, Kip, look, man, we're great friends outside of the ring, but when I'm in the ring, I don't care about anything. I don't care about your wife. I don't care about you. I care about my destiny. I care about winning. And to which he also gives Kip probably the best advice in the world. He's like, look, man, nothing good ever comes from having your wife ringside. So yeah, it was something. It was something. And I believe this gets us to the main event. You have Thunder Rosa taking on Britt Baker. This lights out match. They gave them plenty of time. I think they had like 20 minutes, and the women absolutely killed it, dude. This was a one hell of like a violent but well paced. Just great match all around, man. Had some highlight spots. I mean, you had superplex onto a bunch of chairs. You had a Death Valley driver off the top ropes onto a ladder. You had the thumbtack spot, man. Like this match was just nuts. Both of them were busted open. The screenshots, I'm sure if you guys have been online, you've seen the pictures, man. It's just crazy. Yeah, it's so nuts. But yeah, man, no, the women they brought it, dude. They brought it so good. And I feel bad for saying it because Thunder Rosa is the one that won the match. But I think Britt Baker just stole it. I mean, Thunder Rosa, I don't know if she really bled or if it was fake blood. It doesn't matter to me, but by the end of the match, Thunder Rosa just had a couple red smudges. Britt was really bleeding. She was just leaking the whole match. At any given point, 30 to 50 to 70% of her face was covered in blood. I mean, she was wiping it out of her eyes. You can see in the pictures her eyes are bloodshot. These are iconic images like that. Just they stick with you, And so I believe that Britt got a ton of shine. A low-key great addition to the match is Rebel or Reba. She played her part perfectly, trying to help Britt foil Thunder Rosa, man. She went through a table at one point. I popped like crazy when I saw it because I was not expecting it. It was nuts, man. Britt Baker ended up eating a powerbomb on the thumbtacks. She goes from taking the powerbomb to locking in the lockjaw on the tacks, which she ends up getting rolled over onto her back, which ends up breaking it up. It was just nuts, man. Ultimately, it came down to Thunder Rosa going ahead. What's she called? What's she called? Like the Thunder Driver or something? It looks almost like an air raid off the apron through a table. Got the pin, man. And just everybody was losing their stuff. This was fantastic stuff. I hate to, keep sticking with Britt, but between this match and her match with Thunder Rosa in that tournament, it's so hard not to cheer for her now. It's so hard. Granted, I don't even think she should change her character. I just think that at this point, I mean, it's weird. It's weird because, like, I don't know. She'll probably be such a pro. She'll probably come out, cut some great heel promos and get people to boo her again, But I mean, at this point, like, dude, she is the face of the women's division. I love it. I love it, man. And, yeah, I don't know, man. I can't say enough good things. She's been a really good pleasure to watch from the beginning. She's improved so much, Thunder Rosa, I gotta throw Thunder Rosa in there. I can't keep saying this. Thunder Rosa has come in and legitimately made herself into a mainstream star in professional wrestling as well. I mean, these women are elevating women's wrestling as a whole, not just AEW's women division that people have criticized for so long, but just women's wrestling in general. They're elevating it along with, the likes of Jade Cargill and Hikaru Shida watching in the back. Everything has just been riveting, and yeah, I could watch this match 100 times. Granted, I'm thinking about this match. I'm watching it with rose tinted glasses here, but I believe it's already contender for match of the year, especially for television, non pay per view. Oh, easily, but fantastic stuff. With that being said, was the show a perfect show? No, like I said, it's not, man. They had some weird booking stuff on a couple of the matches. The Sting stuff, I'm completely out now. I'm not interested. Hell, I'm losing interest in Darby, just because of just him being affiliated with Sting. It's making me lose interest in a guy that I was so hyped on coming into this, And yeah, so it wasn't a perfect show, but by all means, they went out with a hell of a bang, and any missteps they had kind of faded to the back by the end of the night. And I haven't even seen anybody outside of other people who kind of like report on the show and stuff, criticizing it, just because of how good that main event was. But yeah, man, it was so good. It was so good. I want to thank you guys for watching and listening to this podcast. If you could, maybe head on over to patreon.com/SmackedRawPodcast. Support the show. Every dollar we greatly appreciate. It goes into the show to help improve it. Man, we really do appreciate you guys. Make sure to stay tuned. Check out later tonight, we're going to be doing the Friday night SmackDown recap. We're going to bundle our Fastlane predictions at the end of the show. So we'll bundle in the SmackDown recap and do the predictions for this weekend's pay-per-view. But yeah, man, it's going to be a lot of fun. So don't forget, like, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. And until next time, y'all have a good one.